My mental state is in shambles right now. I honestly can't believe Starbreeze did the unthinkable here. Like, we were literally making jokes that this would be the outcome of the jacket character pack, but they surprised me. So, I'm a Starbreeze partner. I knew basically nothing for this reveal, though. I think it seems like, based on the fact that a couple other partners released some videos right with the jacket trailer, they knew about it ahead of time a little bit, so I wanted to get my opinion out there first, and then I'll go see what everybody else is saying. I talked a little bit with my own community, so if you can hear anything off screen, that's the cat. I asked a bunch of questions in the partner Discord, so all of this information should be accurate and up to date. However, all the information that's public right now, I can at least talk about that. We know Jacket's on the way to Payday 3. We know there's an overskill weapon in the baseball bat coming with the pack. We know this is a paid DLC, and we know it's coming out February 3rd, so if anything changes, there will probably be a follow-up video. I'm going to go over the good real quick, and then we're going to go into the bad. So, the good. I think the trailer was pretty good. I believe it was made by Lil Guy G, so great job there. I think pretty much everything he's done so far has just been excellent, so nice. From what I can tell, Jacket looks pretty well executed, and the devs seem to have done a very good job on the character pack from what I can tell. As well, a little personal opinion here. If they were going to have someone return from Payday 2, I think Jacket was a great pick. The community overwhelmingly wanted him to come back, so great. Now let's get into the bad, because there's a lot of bad. Let's get the big one out of the way first. I really don't like the precedent being set by this DLC. As I mentioned, this is a paid character pack, and it comes with a paid overkill weapon in the form of a melee bat. What does that mean for us? That means we had something in Payday 2, Starbreeze took it away, now they're charging us for it. They said, oh, we know you had this piece of your kit from Payday 2. Do you mind if we just take your hand off? We'll give it back to you in a year and a half, but you're gonna have to pay us for it. So, just letting you know, hopefully that's okay, you know. We're just gonna take away this core system from the previous game, and we'll implement it later and charge you for it. Does that sound good to you? It sounds good to us. Now, I haven't looked around to the community too much. Like I said, I talked to my own Discord. That was pretty much it. My own Discord and the community Discord. I'm not sure if sentiment around this is good, bad, mixed, anything. I don't even know if people have thought about it this much, but I'll get to why this jumped to me immediately towards the end of the bad section. I don't really like thinking about the idea that people might be celebrating the fact that we're paying for a system we already had previously. We know they can add it, and we know they can do it for free in the base game. But instead, it seems like they want to charge us for something that we already had. So shout out to Starbreeze executives for making that call. That's a real good call. Fantastic. Just fantastic. Whew. Now, the thing I want to point out alongside that, they're bundling this melee system, or at least this, beginnings of a melee system, with the most sought-after character from Payday 2. So we're getting the most controversial thing possible, which is paying for a system we already had in Payday 2, which, by the way, is one of the most upvoted feature upvote items in the feature upvote system, which I'll talk about in a sec. But they bundled this really controversial idea of paying for a system we already had and really want with something as beloved as possible. It feels like they're trying to manipulate us emotionally to be like, look over here, we've got Jacket, that's what you all wanted, right? And then there's also the fact that you're paying for a melee system, which should just be in the game, and we all want it anyway. This next little bit, I want to say we don't know the price of the Jacket character pack yet. It'll flash on screen right now. If I get that information before tomorrow when I post this video. But I also want to point out they can't even be bothered to give us a unique weapon. We get a preset, which I've talked about presets before. Not a huge fan of them. They've honestly grown worse on me. How would you even phrase that? I like them less than when I originally made that video as a concept. I really wish we could modify them or change them in any way. But we're just getting a special skin and a mod for a gun we already have. And by the way, that's free on every other character. So that's pretty cool. You can get Clover's gun for C-Stacks, which is an in-game only currency. You can get Houston's little pistol that nobody probably uses, because the jackknife is supreme. But no, the added value for this character pack is this weapon skin for a weapon you might not even use, so great. Fantastic. Can't even be bothered to add a new weapon with Jacket. Now, I want to circle back to the feature upvote system I mentioned a minute ago. I really don't like the fact that we're posting on the feature upvote page. A lot of us are upvoting it, trying to show, hey, this is what we really want to Starbreeze. And one of the things that we said we really wanted the most is something that they're going to implement into the game behind a paywall. How does that make you feel? Because that makes me feel like Starbreeze is looking at the feature upvote page and saying, oh look, these are the things they want the most, so these are the things we can probably charge them for the most. I might be the only one looking at it that way. But I just really think that's funny. Not like haha funny, like ironic funny, like smiling through the pain funny. So who's to say any of these other things that are on the feature upvote page won't be added behind a paywall later? You guys want offline mode? We'll go the way of Escape from Tarkov. You will spend $250 to play the game offline. Does that sound good to you? I think it's a good idea. Starbreeze, hire me as your CEO. I will not inside trade. Definitely. There's one last thing I want to touch on here. I want to be clear that I'm not coming after Almir or anything. He seems like he's very passionate about the game. As someone in marketing, I think what he does is pretty cool. Community management is pretty awesome. Or I guess it's brand management is what he does technically. So whatever his title is these days, cool. He's been with Payday for a very long time. I'm sure he loves the game and is super passionate about it. But Almir, if you're watching this, please stop talking. Please, just stop. I can't be the only one that when we found out this was Jacket, which we kind of knew for the past 6 months, in the back of my mind, all I could think about was when Almir said that anything we're getting in Payday 3 from Payday 2 will not be paid. It'll be free. He said that, and then I think he went back on it, but I shouldn't have to track every single Almir stream to know what's coming and what's not, or what's actually real and what's fake. Because if that was the only information I heard, there's a clip out there, for sure, 100%, of Almir saying anything in Payday 3 that's coming from Payday 2 is going to be free heisters. And so if I see that clip and I come back in 6 months and I suddenly see that Jacket, my favorite character from Payday 2, is paid for, I'm just going to assume that, I guess Almir's lying to us. Or maybe everything except for characters or entire systems such as Melee coming back. Maybe that's paid for, but, the rest won't be. The rest will be free. So, again, no offense to Almir. He seems like a great dude and is very passionate about the game. But I think he does irreparable damage by some of the things he says just on streams on a whim. So, I've been saying that for a year at this point, but I wanted to get it out there in a video because it's harmful to the brand. It's like he's managing the brand, but he's managing to drill it into the ground. I'm very passionate about this subject. I think it was about 9 days ago today. I'm a Runescape player, by the way. I play a lot of Runescape. Probably have a year across all my accounts played on Runescape. So big nerd, no life. I probably should be sitting in mom's basement right now. But 9 days ago, they released a membership survey. They were trying to take away things and charge us less for membership tiers, and then re-implement the things they took away in higher paid membership tiers. For example, they suggested the idea of customer support, but you pay more on your membership. Or the ability to recover your account if it was hacked for a higher membership fee. Things that we kind of already have, or things that should be implemented as it is. As soon as I saw this Jacket character pack trailer, it was like I was having war flashbacks to 9 days ago, when my favorite game in the world also tried to take a dump on all of the people playing it. And then I see this trailer, and I see that they're trying to implement something we already had, and they could implement for free, and they're making us pay for it. And it's clearly a very wanted feature, as it's very high up on the upvotes page that they implemented to see what we want. I personally don't want Starbreeze to cut off my hand and try to sell it back to me. So I don't like this business practice. I don't like what's happening with this character pack. I'm not even going to ask Starbreeze to change, because I know they won't. You can probably tell this video is a little unscripted. I only have a couple points up on the monitor right now. It hurts a lot to see the game come to this. I think, what was it, a week ago? I said, yeah, I'm done. I'm done playing Payday 3 until the next update. This is the next update. And I don't know if I'm going to boot the game up on February 3rd, because this just rubs me the wrong way. Just feels like the game is really going downhill. Mario and a Top Hat recently released a video talking about this. And it's not easy, but I do think a lot of people are feeling this way. And the recent unsolvable ARG puzzle was a big nail in the coffin for me. And I think, I don't know. I need to see what happens on February 3rd. But this might be it. This might be it for me. We'll see. This might be what tells me that they're done with Payday 3. They're just looking to squeeze as much money out of us as they can before they jump ship. And I think it might be time for me to switch to playing Payday 2 and Payday the Heist only. Or breaking into other interesting games, like Vermintide 2 or Darktide, where Melee's already in the game because they know it was a pretty important system from the previous game. That ended on a really sad note. I wasn't expecting to go into that tirade, but like I said, this is unscripted. I don't usually do those. Just for clarity again, I didn't know this was coming. My reaction was, oh my god, they made the only melee weapon an overkill weapon, and then the rest of the trailer played out, and I realized it was going to be a paid content pack only, and that's when I about lost it. So, thanks everybody that talked about it today in the Discord. You're appreciated. I don't know where to go from here. That's really all I got. If February 3rd hits, and the only melee weapon in the game comes from a paid DLC, I am going to raise so much hell. It's not even funny. And I really encourage everybody else to do the same. Not trying to witch hunt or anything, but if you think this is messed up, that we had a system in Payday 2 that they can obviously implement in Payday 3, and they're going to make us pay for it, then I think we should riot. And if it kills the game, then cool. I'm okay with being responsible for killing the game, if that's what they think does it. But it's not me killing the game, it's Starbreeze's leadership. The developers care a lot, and the leadership just wants as much money as they can right now. And they'll do it however they can, quick and dirty, and tainting the IP as much as they can. And it hurts. But, so it goes apparently. Even the Titan as big as RuneScape is can die twice. It's a Sekiro reference for any of you out there. I'm looking at you, Nanner. I've been your new Starbreeze partner, John Luckles. I'll see you in whatever the next video is. Here's a delicious chicken dinner. Shout out Sean.